Hello, this is Sound Has No Cell. Today we are considering a saying by the Yoruba. The Yoruba would say, "Òótọ́ kì í kọsẹ̀ létè." Òótọ́ kì í kọsẹ̀ létè. You know, people have always thought that before Western influence, we didn't know what psychology is, we didn't know sociology, we didn't have science, they'd have thought that we didn't have all of that. But that's not correct, because our forefathers practiced all of that in their own way, on their own scale. They practiced psychology. In fact, nobody, no one in this world knows sociology as the Yoruba race. We had our own science. We had everything that people thought it was only when the colonial masters came. That's not true at all. We had our own science, and there are names for all of these things. But I see people today trying to write science in Yoruba language. But what they are doing now is trying to create new words to describe these things. There were words to describe nerves, tissue, all of that, blood, serum, semen. They had words for all of that, but they are either hidden in Ifa or Owe. And don't forget that many of the proverbs by the Yoruba are derived from Ifa verses. Many of them originated from experience, from actual events that happened, from victories and defeats and activities and vocation. So if you want to know the Yoruba equivalence for scientific words, for engineering words, for scientific words, for medical words, for all of that, you just need to go back. So if you have the courage to go and learn Ifa, or to concentrate on studying Yoruba proverbs, you discover that there are a lot to learn. So this morning, I was talking to a young girl. I asked her a question, and the answer I expected was either yes or no. The simplest answer that anyone can give: yes, no. So after sending the question to her, she kept quiet for a while, looking up, down, so briskly, so quickly, before she came back to herself, because she came back to herself and decided to tell me no. And I then asked, so why did you not answer me immediately? So she was trying to be smart. She said, I answered. I said this, blah, 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 blah. I said no. I said I didn't. I said, yes, I heard when you said that. That was what you said. But why did it take you so long to say that? She kept proving smart. She continued to repeat it to me, that she answered me, she said this and that. I said, yes, I heard you quite right. You said that. And I'm not saying you didn't say that, but I'm saying that you did not say it immediately. That thing happened this morning, and my question was straightforward, and you understood me, and the answer could have been yes or no. Straightforward, simple. So she now repeated it again, and I said, look at me. The Yoruba would say, "O toki koselete." That's native psychology, and I didn't learn that in school. I learned it from mothers beyond me, mothers who raised us, mother, grandmother, great grandmother, friend's mother. You know, I learned that from them, the people who raised us. When they were teaching us, they won't tell you they are teaching you psychology. But if you are educated, you now realize the things that they had taught you. They didn't tell you it was psychology they were teaching you. But you now realize, oh, but this is what they call psychology. This is it. And you see that in many activities that surround our life. You see that they knew psychology. It was just the register that is different. So when we begin to appreciate what we have and give it attention, we can only get better. Otoki koselete. And it means that the truth doesn't encounter any accident on the lips. The truth doesn't suffer any hitch on the lips. It just, the journey of the truth on the lips is smooth. There won't be any pause, there won't be any stop, there won't be any itch, there won't be any looking up or looking sideways or looking down before you say the truth, if you have the truth in you. And if you are ready to say the truth. When people are lying to you, there are things that you can watch to know, even if you were not there, there are telltale signs that will make you suspect that this person at least may not be saying the truth. If you don't want to jump to the conclusion that the person is a liar, there are signs that will make you suspect that this is probably not the truth. There's another one. The Yoruba would say, "Oju ki iti ni ko ma kan kan mo ni lowo." That is, you can be ashamed without having anything in your hand. When you are ashamed, there will be something in your hand, and that one is a bit deeper. You know, the things that make you ashamed are not only stealing, they are more than stealing. But when you have done something shameful and you are now being accosted, you know, it's either you are holding your two hands together and fiddling with nothing. You will be fiddling with nothing because you won't have the confidence to stand right and what do they call it? You won't have the confidence to stand akimbo. You won't have the confidence to stand right. You won't have the confidence to stand tall. So you'll be fiddling with nothing in your hands. You'll be fiddling with nothing. That's why they say, "Ojuki itini, koma kan kamoni lowo." This is psychology. These are some of the signs that people would see and suspect that you are probably not saying the truth, or that would nudge them to interrogate further or to search further to get to the truth. So that's it. Oto ki koselete. No matter how smart you may be, those mothers of yesteryears would catch you. They will see some signs that will make them know that it's a lie. Go search further. Sometimes they don't argue with you. They let you go so that you won't suspect that the search is still on. They just let you go, but they go and investigate further. They go and investigate. They go and search further. They go and check things that may give them clue to the truth. And when they have finished the search, that is when they will now let you know that from the onset, they knew that you were not saying the truth, because they saw this sign. Either you were fiddling with nothing in your hand, or the truth, what you were saying, was galloping on your lips. If what you are saying is galloping on your lips, and you are not confident to say it, they know that the search must continue, or they must continue to watch you until you are caught red-handed. Unfortunately, in fact, a lot of young mothers today don't even know this native psychology. They have studied psychology in school, but some of them don't even know how to apply it. But you have it in our proverbs, you have it in our native intelligence, you have it in our traditional vocations, you have it in our traditional arts, and you can pick it one by one, day by day from these things. But nobody is concentrating on that. Nobody is interested in that. Everybody wants to sound Western, appear Western, dress Western, think Western, in fact gesticulate Western. And the people are missing so much, something that we have freely. So next time anybody is talking to you and what they are saying is galloping on their lips, you take note. What they are saying may not be the truth. Or if they are talking to you and they are fiddling with nothing in their hands, you note that what they are saying may not be the truth. And knowing it, knowing this fact, knowing these signs, does not mean that even you that you now know it, if you are lying, you can't stop it from galloping on your lips, because it is from inside and you don't have control over it. No matter how hard you try to pretend, there will be other signs. That's why we won't say all of it except you have the discipline to go and learn it. And when you begin to live a life of discipline and you want to learn these things, naturally you are already above telling petty lies or pilfering. So if you don't have the discipline, you don't study, you just want to pick it to do evil about, you can't control it. For those who know, they will still see other signs to say he's not telling the truth. So that's it on Sanders News. I'll see you again very soon. My name is Ola Omotayo. Bye for now and have the most blessed day.